everybody. It is August 12th, 2017, 7:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where I live in Florida in the United States. And I thank you for watching this short video. It's best to watch these videos in full screen so you can see all of the detailed information that you might not be able to see otherwise. And I'm taking a look at the USGS, the U.S. Geological Survey map for earthquakes today in a 24-hour period. And there was an earthquake today, a very small one at 2.3 in Alabama, 21 kilometers south of Berry, Alabama. And that's this guy right here. And so I've been doing a lot of these videos showing that fracking and hydraulic fracturing, wastewater pumping, and gas and oil extraction all over the country has been causing an increase in the frequency, magnitude, and intensity of earthquakes along an area called the New Madrid fault line that runs through the North American continent along the area known as the Craton, the North American Craton. The North American Craton is just the interior of the plate. And so, taking a look at these earthquakes every now and then, I've been having trouble, but I'm going to try to make this video, but I have not been able to make videos, and I apologize to everybody who's a subscriber to this YouTube channel, but I just haven't been able to make videos. I lost my Google Earth that I had and had to download it again, and this laptop is not really adequate for the type of processing that needs to be done for the tools that I use to do my earthquake updates and forecasts. So I'm going to attempt to do this. It may not work. If it does, we'll just skip it. But you'll just have to take my word for it that whenever I find these earthquakes, especially in the Midwest regions, Oklahoma, Colorado, parts of Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, Missouri, even all the way over into Alabama and Ohio, up along the coast, Pennsylvania, even up in New York sometimes, we're finding these earthquakes. And if you take the coordinates and drop them into Google Earth and zoom down in on it, which is what we're going to try to do here, it's going to take us to the exact location of the epicenter of this small 2.3 earthquake. And then usually what I do is I zoom out and I look about 6 to 10 miles from the epicenter. In this case I don't even have to, but I'm going to do it anyway just for practice, so if you want to do this yourself you'll know where the tools are. So there's a little ruler right here. I have it set to miles, and then what I do is I zoom out from the epicenter because it takes you right down on it. I zoom out and then I'm going to look 6 to 10 miles. So anywhere in this region, in this diameter, I look 6 to 10 miles from the epicenter of the earthquake, and I take a look around and see what's there. And nearly without fail, you'll find all these little pads. A lot of people are completely oblivious or unaware or just don't have any concept of the amount of these little things you'll see. Now at first glance, if you're not familiar with this or you haven't seen my other videos, you might think these are just houses or farms. And so I'm doing this live, okay? I haven't done this already, but I'm just going to zoom down in on any one of these, and as you can see, the GPS imagery when this was taken just happened to catch the sunlight casting the shadow, and if you'll see right there, there's your pump. And so now you zoom back out again, there's lots of them. You just zoom in on any one of them that you want. These are pumping operations, drilling operations and pumping operations. So they drill thousands and thousands of feet down into the earth, and then they go horizontally sometimes and drill, and then they set off charges essentially that fracture the rock and release the trapped gas and oil, natural resources that are under the earth. Used to be they would just drill straight down. If they got lucky and they did the right scientific work, they'd hit a oil spot. They'd pump it out till it was empty, and then who knows what they did after that. Now what they're doing is they're going in sideways. And so each one of these little dots not only represents where they've perforated the earth, but now they're drilling, you know, laterally or whatever, and cracking all the rock underneath it. And as you can see, there's just not one or two of these things here or there. This is not something that they're, you know, just doing, you know, sparingly to reduce the gas and oil prices. These things are literally everywhere, man. It's almost ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd, the amount of these things that are everywhere. And so what they're doing is they're creating a weak spot, like a perforated area, right in the middle of the United States. And what's happening is seismic pressure is moving from the west coast across the North American continent, or the North American plate. It's going through the area known as the New Madrid seismic region, right in here, that goes down and then up, and then it finds its way out here to the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, and usually expends itself out here. But the way it seems to be working is, if there's a 4 or a 5 magnitude earthquake out here, it pushes out, and there'll be a 3 or a 4 or sometimes a 5 here. And so that's the concern, is that if there is a very large earthquake up here in the northwest that comes down through Yellowstone and into the Midwest on its way out, and it's a 6 or a 7, or out here on the west coast, or up here in the Cascadia subduction zone, or down here in Southern California where it's swarming with small earthquakes, as that pressure pushes across and makes a pit stop here, if a 5 or a 6 happens in any of these regions, the infrastructure on this side of the country and in these areas is simply just not designed to handle that kind of seismic activity, and it could cause a potential disaster. Our transportation lines run across the country through here. There's so many reasons why this is a potential catastrophe just waiting to happen. And again, I'm not necessarily against fracking. I'm not against oil per se. You know, I do think we need to get away from it. There's other resources. You know, I'm not an environmentalist, so to speak. However, this situation right here with these fracking wells and the intensity and frequency of earthquakes in close proximity to them is something that absolutely is 100% undeniable. These things are causing earthquakes. They're inducing earthquakes. And so there's that. I'm going to get out of the Google Earth mode, go back to the map. There's a few more over here in Oklahoma. I've done lots of videos on Oklahoma. Hara, how about that? You can go to Harrah's and bet on the earthquakes. Here, we'll take the coordinates, copy them, paste them over here in our Google Earth, and see what happens. So far so good, that the computer's been completely shutting down when I try to run Google Earth. So it's really an old laptop, it's borrowed, and I'm just not in a position to buy a new computer right now. So if you're watching this video, if you like these videos, if you like my channel, if you want to support me, there's information in my description box. So to zoom down in here, we're looking for these square pads, the storage tanks right there on the side, and there's your pumping equipment right in the middle. Same thing here. In fact, this one, you can see the pump right there. Sometimes they'll have these storage tanks, sometimes they'll just have the square pad with the pump in the middle, but usually there'll be these storage tanks here as well. So what sometimes they do is they drill and they get all the oil and gas out of there or whatever, and then they take wastewater and pump it down into that hole and store it there. Not good. I mean, I don't think it's a great idea to be doing that around what looks to be, like me, farm area. So anyway, there's that. Seems like the videos are working again. YouTube not really giving me any screen time as far as in people's searches or whatever. So I do have a feeling that maybe I'm being censored. I don't know. I'm not really a conspiracy theorist like that. But I do feel like since my YouTube channel overall has 177 views, I only have 800 subscribers. My channel's not monetized, so it's not like I'm trying to make money off of it. So anyway, if you like this video, if you want to learn more, if you want me to do more videos and maybe be a little more professional about it, I would ask you to go ahead and click subscribe. If you're a Facebook person, you can find over here on Earthquake Watcher on Facebook, and I post daily updates there and forecasts there as well, especially when I'm not able to make videos. Again, YouTube channel. I also have a Twitter account. All my YouTubes are also posted there, YouTube videos and things that I upload. So if you would give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, hit me up on Facebook. Have a good day.